Hello, peeps. Hi, and welcome to a little bit of a different video. Different in project-wise. I have not really made speed builds or anything at all of this park before. You guys have mainly just seen, park tours when all the guys from the collaboration here is with me when we walk around and look at stuff. But today I felt like I wanted to build something in here and kind of do a little speed build for it. So that's what I'm doing today. Yes. I am building in the Explorer Junction area, which we call it, which is kind of like this sort of Jules Verne, sort of steampunk area that we are a few people that are building on now. So we're just slowly trying to add a few things of our own, see what goes with what, and etc. And you'll see a building here on the right side, which is a building that's made by Dave. And I thought that this was a super cool building, and I wanted to build something that could be nice next to it. So that's kind of like what I'm doing here. I tried to just do something different to try to keep this sort of nice main street vibe going on here, because this is going to be somewhat of a main street entrance for the Explorer Junction area. When you sort of get through the arch and you see this entire area, and then when you go left, it's going to be a few buildings along the, as you can see here, you have some signs in the back here and some pretty nasty buildings, right? So I'm really happy though, by the way, on how this ended, and I'm actually making some sort of 3 different facades today. I'm making this first, which is going to be this sort of tower-ish building, more or less, right? And then on the left side here, I'm making a building that's gonna be an extension for it. Then also where on the other side of it, where the guests are actually gonna enter, we're gonna have a different sort of style, because this building on the left, you will see me build later on after this, is gonna be it's gonna be like a walkthrough shop sort of thing. Look at it as a souvenir shop, right? So you can go through it, you can look at stuff, and you can even go into the area from the shop, or you can enter it to a bigger area in the park, or to the whole street that takes you all the way around the park, right? So that's sort of what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to make this sort of first facade here and just duplicate it in a square. That's literally how this building is going to be, and I'm using these new pieces, well, not new pieces, but they're new for me, I guess, that really just adds so much to this build. I'm really happy for it, and so I feel like this was a very good start, and I've already built a few things in here, but we will have a few people that are gonna help us here, and we're also always recruiting to new builders and creators that wanna join in and help us build this nice realistic Disney-inspired theme park here, because we're really trying to get this sort of vibe within this park here, having this sort of crazy detailing everywhere around you go, where you want to have the detailing. I mean, I'm not the person to say this. I've never been to Disneyland. Hopefully this year it will change. Yes, but of course, seeing a lot of pictures, videos, listening to it, and etc. It's just the whole vibe we're trying to go for here. So yeah, as I said, if you had any interest, all links and stuff are down below. So you should come say hi to us. We're a nice little fan community that appreciate Planet Coaster. Yes, we are indeed. But further on we go to the build here. As you can see, I'm starting on the roof. I had a little bit of issues on which sort of roof I was supposed to go for or go with. But I did eventually end up just adding a window up here, and then just use the basic shapes actually for the roof. The roof itself is not 100% polished here. Don't take me on that. This was a quick template, and I wanted just to see how the roofs would look after I added all these things, etc. And then it all of a sudden just got to look nice. So yeah, it's a little bit of a different kind of roof, and since we're building Jules Verne, sort of steampunk era, I feel like we could use lots of these things here. And also having 2 or 3 people, maybe 4 even, different building styles into this area too is gonna make this area pop up even more, because we are a lot of people here. We somewhat have a same style when it comes to like the building aspect. Maybe the detailing, we all are a little bit different. Like some likes to put a lot of detail onto the buildings, where I'm more like a little bit of both, I would say. So like I like that the building looks nice, but also that we have clutter on the outside that kind of like tells what the building is. Where there are a lot of people that are like mainly more focused on how the building looks, like the facade, etc. So yeah, that's but we are slow progress here in Explorer Junction area. We're probably gonna go with that name. I'm not entirely sure yet, but we will definitely go with some of them names. Yes, indeed. But I'm making a lot. Wow, I'm making this right. And then afterwards I'm going to make an extension to it where we add like a building on the left side of it, so it's kind of like a little bit off angle, which is nice. It's always a nice thing when you can do those things. I really like that, because it gives another depth. It gives like a sort of a nice composition of the building when you do. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to do here, right? So yeah, and don't mind that little thing. That was just some things I just spotted that was in the park afterwards that Trooper have placed in. And as I said, we're a bunch of people working on this big park here that's eventually is gonna become a mega park. It already has the vibe of becoming one, because there's a lot of people of us that are creative and wants to build a really nice, authentic, realistic theme park, right? So I think I've said that a few times now. So if you guys don't know that, then you know now. I was struggling a little bit with the roof up here, because I didn't really know if I should like just, you know, make it like a complete like a curvy sort of roof up there on the top. But then I was like, you know what, if we just place a few things on here, maybe that will just, you know, do the trick, so we don't need to make anything more crazier to the roof itself. Because I really like how the roof is looking now, especially with like the 2 different sort of textures, and how you say, like you have this flat one and then you have a more yeah, I guess more authentic one that kind of like is in patterns, right? So I really like how that turned out. So here I'm only making one specific opening to this building, because this is going to be some sort of a info building, right, where people can go in, maybe ask a few questions. These buildings are usually not so big, especially in those theme parks I've come to. It's like a small little section in the park somewhere. I definitely remember Knott's having like this small little info house building that was attached to other buildings, but it just looks nice like that, right? It's just nice, and I'm super happy for the end result of just this building so far. The other one I'm building, I'm also very happy for. I feel like just this entire thing are just like a super cool build. I know that you'll see like Blackmire, you have Grimskate, and then you have this sort of steampunk, and I know that I'm sort of a little bit going in the same sort of direction with all these builds, but this is just my style of like steampunk, and steampunk has different styles, but it's all in the same, a lot of the same as well, you know. So just get and add a little bit of more things here and there, you know. It doesn't need to be crazy things. Like here, for example, with the windows, where I added this fencing grid piece in the windows instead of having it as a fence. I really think that's a super cool idea, and it gives a little bit extra to the windows, right? It adds that little, it pops up a bit more, and I'm super satisfied with that. And also now I'm starting to slowly add a little bit of clutter here and there, as you can see. And at this point here, I was not thinking that I wanted to add an extra building, actually. It was mainly just because when I went in there and I took some screenshots, and I was like, you know what? This guy needs an extra building on the side there, so he can actually fill in the gap and actually be a 2-part sort of building. As I've said in the start of the video, this is going to be like a building that's sort of going to be connected to the entrance to this area, where you can go in and out like you can go through it, or you can actually just go in and do some shopping, and you can go out again where you actually don't need to go into the specific area we are building here. I've seen it a lot of places, like Fly has it, I think even Jules Summerland has it. There's a lot of people that has these sort of walkthrough souvenirs that is like a transition between shops, or sorry, that is a transition between areas. And I think we're gonna have that vibe a lot of places, and especially the ones where we can, like in this specific section here. So yeah, that was a little fun, cool thought that I had there, and I thought I wanted to try it out. And then when it came to the other side of this build here, also I did not know what to do. All of this is legit just 100% improvised. I literally had nothing to look at when it came to this. I was just trying to, you know, free build, as we say, and see where it takes me. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't do any interior in the shop this time around, because there's no need to do those things. It'll only take the piece count and FPS, and it's a lot of ThemeMaker toolkit pieces. So, you know, maybe those things are something I can do like along the way, where we like just add a few things here and there. And of course we'll show it. This park is actually going pretty strong right now. It's got a little revival, as I said in the last video. So we are working somewhat hard on this guy to get him done, or actually at least just a lot of progress. So, but I will update you guys, and we will have people in that are joining us on the project here too, on the next videos. It was just because, as I say, I had a thought, and I thought, why not just record something in here if you can and make a video out of it, since this is like a series that just comes and goes, you know. So it can be legit everything we make of videos from this park. It can be cinematics, it can be showcases, it can be POVs, it can be park tours, progress videos, speed builds. It's it all. This series here have it all, right? And I hope you won't mind that. So, but yeah, as you can see here I'm trying to figure out what I can do here to this building, since it was a little bit of a struggle for me to figure out if I wanted to attach another spire, like a dome sort of thing, or if I should take it the other way and actually like build a curved roof and then add a window in it. You guys will see that eventually at the end of the video here. But now I'm slowly have the base of this building, so I thought, okay, now we need to have some backs, some like a first floor, some windows you can see through, where you can see into the shop and all that fancy schmancy. This is going to be, as I said, a souvenir shop, so we're going to add tons of stuff in here, and maybe even have some posters made for the park we can have in there too. We're gonna have a lot of that stuff as well. So this is a park that we all are passionate about and wanna build the best we can in here to make everything look nice. And as you guys saw in the last video, the Naboo area is going quite fast. It's literally done of all the areas in here. Then that is sort of the area that is on scale of actually being finished. And then we have Nightmare Kingdom, which is slowly coming after quickly. And then I think it's sort of like a mix and match of all the other areas. I do really want to start on, as I said, Explorer Junction here, and we are gonna work a lot harder and faster on this guy too, so we can get some more stuff, because we have a lot of cool things that's gonna happen in here. Right, we have like this sort of like Disney Sea Tokyo kind of vibe we want in the water, with like a nice open water, maybe a little fountain, and then we have this passage with like iron. I mean, I don't know if you can spot it in the background of my speed build. Now you probably can, but there are some pieces here and there that kind of like show what we're trying to go for. A little bit there, but not a lot. But now we come to the other side of this building here, and as I said, again, I did not know what kind of vibe I should go for here, because I couldn't really make it a double up building like with a first floor and all that. That would look weird when I have these two towers that is sort of the entrance. So I feel like, you know, why don't we make it a terrace, right? Like we add some windows, some doors, maybe make it feel like, you know, you can actually sit up there, you can hang, because it is all just a sort of a facade, this guy, right? This is legit just something for the vision, for the view. and it looks super dope already having this next to our entrance here. You guys will see some cool cinematics here at the end of the video where you will see a lot more. But basically what I'm doing is just trying to make this sort of curved roof fit in here, so everything kind of makes sense. And also this building was something I built in the start when I added the entrance as well. So it really it never got anything else I did on it pretty much. So it was just been standing there for quite a while. But now I was like, you know what, let's try actually connect these two buildings together and see what comes out of it. And it turned out pretty damn cool, if you ask me. I was not expecting this build to turn out like this in the start. I was very like, how should I do this and how can I do it? You know, so but with a little bit of camera movements back and forth, I kind of got to a good point where everything just, you know, worked out, turned out the way as I wanted it to, and everything kind of like looked good. And after I built this sort of balcony here, that's where I started to add the doors and the windows. And it was also kind of like, how does this look? Is this weird? Does it work? You know. But the more I looked at it, the more I was like, you know, this actually turned out actually quite nice, because there's a door and then it becomes like a roof balcony sort of thing, right? Or a terrace. So yeah, super happy with it. I don't know when there's gonna be a new video of the community park here. I don't know if I will go in and build another thing on speed, like a speed build here. But I do know that I will continue this park on stream. So if there is something you wanna watch there, you should go check out the links down below, because it's happening a lot on Twitch as well. So after I added the door here, I'm started to add a little bit of windows and still trying to continue with these arches I used here, and then afterwards use the pillars. And I really feel like this sort of vibe goes very well with this I have going on here. Everything kind of works together. The color scheme, it's quite nice, and I'm super happy for how also this turned out at the end here. Because at the end here on the left, I'm trying to add a little bit of pipes, etc. So it gets like a little bit of steampunk vibe, but more, you know, subtle. Because we kind of like want some of this architecture to pop up and be more of the center point. Where we kind of want some of the more water-ish sort of things be the Jules Verne aspects of this park here. Maybe some big mechanics of some sort. I don't know yet. We will see. We have a few people, as I've mentioned, to work on this, and sometimes some of us just gets ideas and we go in and we build it, and sometimes it works. So yeah, super cool. Here I'm just trying to fix off the roofs, as you have seen me do, which has been taking a little bit of time, but at the end I was trying to get it there, and then it was looking nice for screenshots and etc. And then all of a sudden I had this nice thought that what if we like did a little awning here, or like something to kind of like extend the entrance to this building on this side here. So they kind of have, as I said, a different vibe to each other. So whenever you walk in here you have this, and whenever you walk on the other side you'll have this sort of more, I guess, steampunk sort of vibe. As I said, the interior will come eventually, and then afterwards we're just gonna see wherever this area is gonna take us, because we have some ideas with some dark rides too, and then I don't think this section here is gonna have a coaster. I'm not really sure. I don't think we planned that in here. At least we're gonna have, as I said, some dark rides, maybe something to represent some water-ish sort of elements, some stuff like that. That's kind of like the thought we had first. And then maybe some like travel adventure sort of thing. But we'll see, because I'm very inspired in this area, because it's a little bit different from all the usual industrial stuff we're building. So yeah, I'm really liking it. As I said, I'm adding some pipes on the side here, just doing it very subtle, and no need for anyone to see like all this sort of pipe work in the back here, but it kind of like gets a nice vibe, right? So that's kind of like my thought here that I wanted to do. Not doing so much on the inside here, as you can see, just literally just trying to fix some stuff up so you don't see any walls popping through enough. So it literally right now it's just super clean in there, and that's kind of like how I just want it to be, pretty much. So now we are kind of done with both sides, all 3 sides pretty much. So now I'm just doing the usual clutter, kind of detailing it up a bit, adding some decals, some more pillars, the usual stuff we do, guys, to make this building just pop up that little bit more, you know. So I'm super happy for the result today, guys. While it's sort of showing you guys the last stuff of the speed build here, let me just say that all links again is down below. So if there's anything you wanna join on or come watch us build this park together in our Discord, is super fun. So yeah, but here I'm just kind of like trying to add a door and make it open, because I felt like it needed something there to kind of like, the opening thing just doesn't work for me sometimes. And if you add a door, it just do that extra thing, right? So decals, as I said, they just add so much. Like, these are just lifesavers sometimes for them when it comes to buildings, especially when you want to try get this sort of old style into the buildings. It's just such a nice piece. I can definitely recommend you guys go subscribe to those SteamMaker Toolkit pieces if you haven't already, because well, I mean, I think everyone have them now anyways. So adding a little bit of a top window here, thought that was kind of nice, making it lit so kind of looks alive. And then we're pretty much at the end of the video, guys. Before we are going to the cinematics, I am just legit doing some stuff here and there, adding some clutter outside, and then we're pretty much there. So so guys, thanks so much for watching. Leave a comment down below if you have anything you want to say, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.